Hulagway sa Katilingban, pinagi kini sa Media Link Pagadian og inyong mabati sa mga radio stations Malindang Broadcasting Network og ingon man sa RPN DXKP. Kini inyong mga partners, Elmer Bagets Maghanoy.
Pinasab sa Rex Raboten kay kauban kaninyo mga igala sa media oras nga tulumanon ang programa.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Ayong adlaw kanatong tanan sa mga naka-monitor sa 104.7 Malindang Broadcasting Network.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
RPN DXKP Pagadian 367 sa dial sa inyong mga ran.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Like and share and follow sa mga igala ang Sambusor News Channel o ang Media Link Pagadian Facebook page.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Banabanta ni ining Miyerkules usa ka special non-working holiday
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
sa siyudad sa Pagadian. Atong naon ha, Pagadian City ra.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Ay basig ang uban mga igala kadungog langgig holiday nya taga munisipyo tuo po leg apil ilaha.
Hulagway.
So, naay holiday sa Pagadian, gumikan kay nag-celebrate kagahapong adlaw sa kasumaran ni sa pagkahimugso sa araw ng Pagadian.
Ika 53 nga araw ng Pagadian.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Daghan ang mga kalihukan kagahapong adlaw tibok adlaw mga higala.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Sa buntag doon natoy kining banner of praise sa mga flag sa matag barangay. O niya gipahigayon ang mayor's report nga atong ipabati karon diri mga higala sa atong pagpanag-ubad.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Medyo taas man isa ka oras kapin ang mayor's report ni Mayor Samiko.
Unang atong bahino ni sa kaduha.
Kung ato ning bahinon kaduha.
At least nga ang tuyo na to ani, ato ang ipabati nga na kaninyo kung unsa man iyang nahimo sulod sa tulo ka termino kay ang tulo ka tuig niya
Matag tuig.
isa ka termino, tulo ka tuig. So karon mao'y katapusan adlaw sa pitsa 30 ang iyang isa ka termino nga maglangkob sa tulo ka tuig.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Niya sa kada tuig mga igala dunay mayor's report. Pero kaniadtong mga nanlabay nga katuigan atas pandemya mga sugintig paminaw
Sa Katilingban.
ato nagkapatigayon mikan kay namtas pandemic doon. Di kayo mass gathering mga sugintig paminaw.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Nungdan nga wa gyud. So mo na nga mayor's report yung taas-taas gyud mga higala.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Ato nang gibahin sa makaduha mga higala part 1 ug part 2. Siguro og mga adlaw mga higala ang part 2 ining nia
Hulagway sa
sa
Katilingban.
mayor's report ni Mayor Samiko aron usab nga madunggan sa atong mga taga Pagadian nga wala kagahapong adlaw diha mismo sa may covered court.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Wala kagahapong adlaw nakapaminaw sa mga live coverage sa mga media.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Ang nag-live kagahapon mga sukintig paminaw. So atong ipabati karong buntag mga igala ang 20 minutos man 20 minutos kapin man ni mga sukintig paminaw nga atong gitunga.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
So tingaron titiyo dingon man usab mayong adlaw sa mga naka-view day salamat po litas naka-view kagahapon itong may view sa basketball all-star Asenso all-star o Pagadian all-star may nagsangka
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
mismo sa may basketball court mga higala sa may sa may covered court so mga artista mga sukintig paminaw versus mga taga Pagadian.
Hulagway
Hindi
sa
ang
Katilingban.
taga Pagadian kusog kay mo shot si Onyok Velasco.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Abti kayo og tres mga higala o kining sa ilalom liap grabe.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Way pangahil mga sukintig paminaw. Aniya, uban pong mga artista, kuan po to, shot pero nahimong itong bida, nahimong MVP kagahapon, si Onyok Velasco.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Ma'am toy kogihan mo kuan mo shot.
Pero magdi man guro yun ni basketball player, si Onyok Velasco.
Pero itong tanaw no, warag maikog pud ang mga kuan. Taga Pagadian kay bisita man gud.
Jo, lingaw-lingaw man pud to ilaha. Kanya, pagka gabi mga higala, doon na gitawag na to nga concert. Concert at the night. Doon na kining artista ya ba magduha to ka artista.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Kagahapon, kagabi mga sukintig paminaw, diya mismo sa may Lazarus.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
So ato sa paminahon, taas-taas ni mga higala. Itong paminahon ang tipik o kabahin sa Mayor's Report ni Mayor Samiko.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Our beloved city dubbed as the 53rd Araw ng Pagadian 2022. With lots of reason to thank our God Almighty. First, because we can now celebrate face-to-face, although we're still following the health protocol and safety protocol set by the National IATF. At least, nalingkawas na kita sa kalisod from the ill effect of COVID-19. But this is our second grand celebration since my return after winning as city mayor in 2019. Because our first grand celebration was the Pasalamat Festival in January 2020, where our invited guests was then our invited guest was VP Vice President-elect Sara Duterte, who was then the mayor of Davao City. Because the pandemic broke out late in 2019, so it was named COVID-19. And after our celebration on January for the Pasalamat Festival, on the month of March, a total lockdown was declared in the entire country. And then my biggest reason also to thank God is that I can still celebrate with you not only this araw ng Pagadian, but also for the next 3 years to come. So my dearest people in this beautiful city of Pagadian, to my dearest city government family, this is the moment I would like to formally express my wholehearted thanks and deep appreciation to all your and Pagadianon support during the recent concluded national and local election. The Pagadianon and your all-out support made me win overwhelmingly, despite the big money involved. So again, kaninyong tanan, in behalf of my family, dawatang akong kasing-kasing nga pagpasalamat sa inyong pagsalig kanako isip inyong mayor. The more it inspired me to continue to work harder and lead our city to become the fastest growing city in Mindanao. Pero nung ako mga konsehal, this time on the next 3 years, we will aim higher to become the fastest growing city not only in Mindanao but in the entire country. So while this week-long celebration was still limited due to our continued watch against the pandemic, our plans for progress must go full blast. So recently, we had a meeting with the COMELEC personnel discussing the plebiscite to be held soon for the ratification of the approved Presidential Proclamation number 1247, the eventual conversion of Pagadian City into a highly urbanized city. Permado na sa Malacanang. So when all these things will be realized, the advantages of a highly urbanized city will come in, such as more policemen and more chief of police, because our chief of police will then be named as city director. So we will have as many chief of police as we want. We can put up chief of police in every barangay. There will be more job opportunities, more infrastructure improvement, educational opportunities, greater access to health facilities, better public transport, and etc. So this development will be timely, as we have already prepared our city to become the seventh, ikapito, ng highly urbanized city in Mindanao. So that last month, we call it a meeting to all the regional directors who are still in Zamboanga and reminding them that the lifting of the MC-79, lifting the moratorium of the transfer of regional center from Zamboanga City to Pagadian City will end this month of June 25. So that we will start filing cases after June 25. And I was very happy of the result because most of them have now slowly effected their transfer. The DPWH is cleaning the newly renovated building at the Barangay Dao, and the rest of the DSWD has already transferred last month, and the rest of the offices who are not yet transferred have been moving from Zamboanga to Pagadian City in these few days. So hopefully, I just hope and pray na wala lang tatay makasuhan nga regional offices, nga regional director. Wala gyud akong gangyo nga ubalhin lang gyud ta sila. But nevertheless, kung naan di mo balhin, then we will be forced to file cases against them. For all you know, we are very thankful kay before mibiya si Digong, girigaluan kita niya. The President gave us 343 million pesos to develop the regional center. Last 3 weeks ago, we had a meeting with the DPWH. The entire regional complex will be fully cemented, coupled with sidewalk and drainage. The entire area. Mga nagkwanta kami doon. There will be a fencing worth 30 million and there will be a 60 million pesos convention center inside. You know, the city government has spent so much money already. Muna akong explain sa Malacanang. Sige dyan kong pangayan nilang kwarta because I said, this regional center is no longer owned by the city government because most of the lot has been donated to the regional offices which belongs to the national government. Muna ginigaluhan ng Presidente Kwarta. The city government has spent on my first 9 years as mayor of Pagadian City for the purchase of around 30 hectares. Before, we spent almost 100 million. This time, for another 30 plus hectares, we have already spent more than 140 million pesos. But we will not stop. We will only stop until we reach the 90 hectares property at Barangay Balintawak to make sure that we have enough space for all the regional offices. Even in our most trying times, the city government was still able to initiate measures to ease the burden of our business sector. Some are hit hard by the pandemic. And I'm so happy to inform everyone that we are still able to reach our total income, excluding our ERA, amounting to more than 320 million pesos. That was still more than our local income in the year 2020 and before. So I was expecting drop na nagmayo during the pandemic, pero na-stabilize na agad. So I would like to thank our city government employees, especially the city treasurer's office headed by Treasurer Nona Duran, for the good collections. While other LGU, according to some of my mayor's friends, they lost so much. On the other hand, very good news, because the effectivity of the Mandanas Law effected this year. So our internal revenue allotment this year was increased to 1.4 billion pesos. An increase of almost 400 million pesos starting this year. So in support of this development, we have likewise convinced our airlines company, because we want a dominance in the air. Kay wala tayo swerte sa atuang seaport. Okay, we're facing south. And I am very happy also to inform everyone that today we rank number 12 as the busiest airport in the country. Because we now have 5 flights a day. 3 flights for Manila, Pagadian, Manila, and 2 flights for Pagadian, Cebu. And soon, we will have a Pagadian, Boracay flight. And now this is the very first time in history, I was not expecting this, that we will have a multiple flights here in Pagadian. So una, maglisod patag usa ka flight Pagadian, Manila. For the sea travel, to make our port usable, I have been requesting the Department of Transportation, the Bureau of Customs, the Department of Finance, the Philippine Ports Authority, and lastly, the approval na lang sa Malacanang. Hapit na ba mo end? Hapit na mo expire si Tatay Digong. Please help me pray na maaprubahan na before President Digong step down. Pag mapirmahan ni Presidente, then we shall be very happy, because we will now be allowed to accept or to dock at our port foreign vessel. Okay? The Bureau of Customs is already here. We sponsor an office at the C3 regional office nila na pagbutang na nakutaran sila dire. It's ready. It's just awaiting the signature from the President or from the Malacanang. So that after that, barter traders will be operating here in Pagadian City. We have also successfully invited multinational companies. We have invited car dealers. We now have Nissan, Isuzu, and Toyota. Soon, Ford and Mitsubishi will also be coming in. And we're very happy that there are a lot of hotels constructing right now. One of the biggest one is a 4-star hotel with infinity pool. To be constructed at Barangay Bulato, near our integrated bus terminal. We're also very happy that malls are also coming in, so that everybody can witness the Robinson Land is already constructing their 4-story building. Soon we will have four cinemas in that first phase. The second phase will again have another 4 cinema. So and there will be a third phase. I have already visited so many times the SM and the Ayalas. I just hope and pray that this year, basig musulod na gud ang SM din o Ayala. Mo na ako assignment karong tuiga. And I will not stop until they will invest here in our city. We have likewise successfully invited the Department of Foreign Affairs, to establish their consular office. Last week, I had signed, through the approval of the council, I have signed the contract between the city government and the Department of Foreign Affairs. So that after the training of the 40 recruited employees to be deployed here at our consular office, maybe sabi na mga 1.5 month daw, or pinakamatagal 2 months. Then, we shall inaugurate our consular office at C3 for our passporting. I would like also to remind everyone that the Philippine Statistics Authority, PSA, have already established their office at C3 for the Service Center. Now they can issue a birth certificate, death certificate, marriage certificate, or certificate of no marriage. So, pwede naman makuha na sa C3. This balanced approach that we have been doing for the fast development of our city is also being supported by implementing our nationally and locally funded infrastructure project, which are as follows. The modernization and expansion of our airport into an international airport. This we have a total budget of 1.2 billion pesos. Right now, they have bidded last year. It's now under ongoing construction. Is the 174 million embankment and fencing of our airport. We have also received the downloaded 200 million pesos. It's right now at the city coffer for the purchase of additional land for the expansion of the airport. The rest depends on the next president. Wala naman si Digo. But the request for the remaining budget was already sent to the new Special Assistant to the President, Sap Anton Lagdameo. Kasabit na nako sa iya. The construction of the evacuation center at Bulatok sa IBT, it's completely done. Gitungagan na ito, gistyles na ko tanan using the city government's fund. So, in any event, kung na ay mga kalamidad, na masunog na rin, nalunok, whatever, at this ready na ta, we have this evacuation center complete with almost 100 toilet and bathroom, a big dining room, naapay clinic, administrative office, tanan, dako pa siya. This is worth around 36 million pesos given to us by Secretary Villar, being the Secretary of DPWH. Ito na napangayo dito. We also have the isolation center. If ever nanapoy laing pandemic, buyag lang. This is worth 56 million pesos given to us from OCD, Office of the Civil Defense. We also have the 15 million pesos from the white one, katong tulda-tulda. Aircon, kompleto na siya. I bet. It's worth 15 million pesos. Lagi po sa IPT.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Yo, mata mga higala, medyo taas-taas yun. 20 minutos kapin, part 1 to siya. Yan niya, mga programa sa syudad sa Pagadian, mga sukintig paminaw. Daghan kayong mga programang giplastada sa atong mayor, mga higala, nga alang sa mga katawhan diri sa syudad sa Pagadian.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Ingon man usab mga sukintig paminaw, pagpanindot sa atong mga turismo, pagpanindot sa mga infrastructure diri mismo sa syudad sa Pagadian.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Keep na usab mga higala, mga kadalanan, mga sidewalk, mga sukintig paminaw,
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
merkado publiko, gipanindot niya, ubay-ubay pang mga plano mga higala sa syudad sa Pagadian, alang usab kana mga higala sa maabot nga basin pohon ini mahili urbanized mga higala kay plebisito naman lang po'y kuwang.
Hulagway sa
Mabiyan
Katilingban.
na nga giingon ni Mayor Samiko nga yang gipangayo ang suporta sa probinsya, sa gobernador o sa congressman kay kongresista kay aron nga mag-usa na lang po sila kalimtan na gutong politika tal man naman po to.
Manato.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
So, mula mga higala kay plebisito mubutar ang taga Pagadian og yes or no. Mga higala, pailalom ba sa highly urbanized ang siyudad sa Pagadian? Gani si Senador Win Gatchalian gusto na gyud siya nga mahimo nga kining highly urbanized ang siyudad sa Pagadian.
Hulagway sa
Amanto
Katilingban.
nabati imto niya ninyo kagahapon mga sukintig paminaw ang iyahang pamahayag.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Yan tayo, pipila ka minutos nga nabilin sa itong pagpanag-uban mga higala ayong adlaw sa mga nakamonitor sa 104.7 Malindang Broadcasting Network,
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
RPN, DXKP Pagadian, 367 sa dial sa inyong mga radyo. Ito pong masalamatan mga higala ang Ereng cellphone na nagsisuris. Salamat kay Surgeon Lumbayaw mga higala sa iling nakip na usab mga sukintig paminaw makaplagan sa may barangay gatas ning siyudad sa Pagadian.
Hulagway sa
Salamat
Katilingban.
dito sa itong mga higala no, sa Artifex Computer Center kay natin mga problema sa computer, ila po itong kitabangan o ingon man sa higala.
Albert Surplus mga
Albert Surplus. Niya dito po sa Munich Print Shop. Uy, ang atong tubig day nga, atong tubig nga ginom. Salamat po tano kay gitagaan ta og tubig mainom. Aqua Vita Refilling Station sa Proc Aguinaldo na at bang na siya sa Munich Print Shop og gusto ka barato ra dito kay ikaw man mismo mukuha dito sa tubig.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Kamsa na ta mga higala sa oras pagpadayon sa programang Hulagway sa Katilingban. Hang tadugma sa part 2 mga sukintig paminaw sa Mayor's Report ni Mayor Samiko. Kini niyo mga partners.
Kini si Elmer Bagets Maghanoy.
Nya sab sa Rex Rabotay nagasalamat sa pagpaminaw og maayong adlaw kanatong tanan.
Hulagway sa Katilingban.
Ang inyong nabati nga programa sa radyo, usa ka block time o binayran nga tulumanon. Ang tanang mga pamahayag, komentaryo, opinyon ug uban pang mga impormasyon ug hisgutanan nga giluwatan sa magsisibya walay kalabutan. Ang RPN lakip na ang mga personahe ug mga tagdumala niini.
Mas pinalawak, mas